Somewhere in your inbox right now, there's a message from a business owner who said, "Let me think about it." And you're still waiting. I want to show you something that feels almost unfair once you see it. Whether a business is ever going to pay you gets decided long before you show up. And if you know where to look, you can usually spot the ones who will before you've said a single word. A few years back, Thursday afternoon, 4:15 p.m., I remember because I'd blocked out the entire afternoon for it, I sent my third follow-up email of that week to the same chiropractor. Great guy, loved my ideas, told me twice he was definitely interested. I chased him for 11 weeks, but he never ended up spending a single dollar with me. Meanwhile, a plumber that I'd almost completely ignored signed up in just 2 days. Since then, I've built 3 7-figure agencies, worked with over 1,500 small businesses, run thousands of campaigns, and today I do it all as a one-person agency with 0 employees. So here's what I'm going to show you today. The 3 lights every prospect falls into. How to tell which light you're looking at in under 5 minutes, and 1 sentence, word for word, that gets a stalling prospect to finally give you a real answer, yes or no. And all of that is exactly why I've got this traffic light sitting on my desk. Every business you will ever reach out to is showing you one of 3 lights. Green means they're going to buy from somebody soon, and might as well be you. Red means they're not buying from anyone, no matter how good you are. And yellow, we'll get to yellow. Yellow's the danger zone. This is the one that wastes months of your life. Now, are the lights a guarantee? No, lights change, but we'll get to that too. But as a way to decide who gets your limited time this week, this is the most reliable method that I've ever found. And here's why this matters so much when you're going after your first or next client. You only have so many hours in the week to go find clients, which means you can only chase so many clients before you run out of time. But most people get this completely wrong. New agency owners in particular treat every prospect who responds as equally likely to buy. Somebody replies, shows a little interest, says something kind, and suddenly they're a hot lead who gets weeks of attention. Experienced people, on the other hand, do the opposite. They figure out who's actually likely to buy first, and then they give their time to those businesses, and they let everyone else go without even a second thought. And the cruel part is this. It's that the prospects who waste the most of your time are usually the nice ones. These are the people who are polite and who compliment your work, who keep replying to your emails, but never ever seem to hire you. But your brain interprets their politeness as progress, so you follow up, and they're awesome about it. So you follow up again, and they're still nice, but they're also still not buying. Sound familiar? Let me think about it, and then do absolutely nothing about it forever. Now here's the strange part. In almost every other area of life, when something shows us a clear signal, we just believe it. I mean, nobody argues with a traffic light. You pull up to a red, you don't sit there trying to come up with an argument for why it should change. But when a prospect shows you a red, somehow we take it as an invitation to negotiate. So I want to give you the exact sorting system that I use. I call it the signal sort. There's 3 lights and the specific signals that tell you which one you're looking at. And you can see most of them before you've said a single word to anyone. Let's start with green, because green lights are where every dollar you're ever going to make comes from. A green light is a business that's going to spend money on this problem, with you or with someone else. Your job with a green light is to make sure that when they spend that money, they spend it with you. And greens are usually pretty easy to spot because the signs are sitting right out there in the open. Fun fact, the single strongest one is this. Green lights are already spending money. In other words, a business that's running ads, even bad ads, has already decided that paying money to grow their business is worth it. Convincing a business to spend its very first marketing dollar is brutally hard, but getting a business to move money it's already spending over to you, way easier. In fact, this has been one of my most successful ways to land clients over the past decade. I find a business that's spending a lot of money on really bad marketing, and I tell them that working with me is actually going to save them money because my first move is pretty much always to find everywhere that they're wasting money and then just stop the bleeding. Okay, second sign of a green light client. Something just changed. This could be a new location, could be a hiring spree, an ownership change, a fresh streak of bad reviews that the owner's actually replying to. When something big just changed, the owner needs help right now. And right now is when businesses spend money. Now, the third and fourth signs, these show up a little bit later, the moment you reach out and they write back. Let's do third first. This is where they ask logistics questions. These are things like, how much? How fast? What do you need from me? Those are the questions of a person who's already picturing themselves as one of your clients. Remember that one. Matters in a minute. And fourth, speed. Greens reply fast, usually imperfectly. Think 2 lines, there's a typo, sent at 9 p.m. A business owner who answers a stranger the same day is a business owner who wants that problem fixed, and they want it fixed now. So here's the 5-minute check. The first 4 are things that you can see from public information before you ever contact anyone. And the 5th is what to listen for in their reply. You're going to want to write this down or screenshot this one. 1. Are they running ads? You can look any business up in Facebook's ad library. It's free and it shows you every ad they're running right now. 2. Did something just change? A new location, a hiring push, a sudden streak of reviews? 3. Are they replying to their Google reviews? An owner who responds to reviews is an owner who's paying attention. 4. Is their problem visible? Talking about no website, a broken booking page, social media accounts that went quiet a year ago. And 5, this is the one that shows up in their replies. Are they asking logistics questions or hypothetical ones? 5 minutes. That's the whole assignment. And it'll probably do more for your prospect list than the last course you bought. Now, red. A red light is a business that is not buying. It never was. This is where you'll hear things like, we're good, my niece handles it. Or the owner who tells you that their business runs on word of mouth and always will. And here's what nobody tells you about reds. They're actually your friend. A red light costs you like 30 seconds. They tell you no, you thank them, you move on. Total damage? Nothing. For the record here, a red light also says nothing about you. That business was a no long before you ever showed up. You weren't going to get them anyway. All a red does is give you your time back. Which brings us to the light that kills more agencies than anything else. The yellow light is the prospect who seems interested. They respond, they're warm, they compliment the work, they ask thoughtful sounding questions, but notice never the logistics questions, never how much or how fast, always interesting, how would that work? And then let me think about it, or let me circle back after this vacation, or we're definitely going to be doing something soon. And you believe them because they believe themselves. They're not lying to you, and that's the part that makes yellow so dangerous. They genuinely enjoy the idea of fixing their marketing. They just enjoy it in the same way that I enjoy the idea of doing an Ironman. So let me say the uncomfortable part plainly. A yellow isn't a maybe. A yellow is a no that's being polite. And there's real research that helps explain why. A psychologist named Daniel Kahneman, he won the Nobel Prize for his work, showed with Amos Tversky back in 1979 that losing something feels about twice as bad as gaining the same thing feels good. Basically, losing $100 hurts about twice as bad as winning $100 feels good. So when a business owner looks at your offer, they're weighing a possible win against a guaranteed cost of money out the door, changes, risk, effort, and in most of our brains, most of the time, the cost side of the scale gets extra weight, roughly double the weight. And this happens to every brain all the time, including yours, including mine. And that helps explain what let me think about it usually means. See, by the time they say it, their brain has already weighed your offer against the cost, and the cost won. They've already decided no, let me think about it is just the polite way of saying it. Which means all of those weeks that you spend following up with a yellow, you're following up with someone who already said no. They just haven't told you yet. And honestly, this is the single biggest thing that I want you to take away from this entire video, because this is a mindset shift before it's even a tactic. The moment somebody says, let me think about it and get back to you, I want you to mentally move them closer to the red than to the green, because let me think about it and get back to you is almost never what someone says right before they take action. Now, that doesn't mean that you completely write them off. Follow up if you want, send the emails, stay friendly. Just don't be married to the outcome, because with a yellow, the outcome you're hoping for probably isn't coming. Now, sadly, the guru advice on this is the exact opposite, and it's expensive. These are things like follow up until they buy or die, or every no is just a not yet. So beginners take the small amount of time they have and they pour it into the hardest possible prospects, while the green lights on the same street, they just go hire somebody else. Yellow is the light that causes accidents. People crash because they see yellow and they gun it. So here's what you actually do with a yellow, and it's very simple. After the first stall, the first, let me think about it, you wait 2 or 3 days, and then you send this, word for word. Might want to write this down. Totally understand. Quick question so I can close the loop on my end. Is there anything specific you still need from me to decide, or should I just park this for now? Either way is completely fine. I just don't want to become that guy who keeps popping into your inbox with, just checking in. Now let me tell you why that message works, because every word in there is doing a job. Anything specific you still need, this is a filter. A real buyer who's genuinely still deciding can answer that question. Says, actually, yeah, can you send me the pricing for the smaller package? But a polite no, they can't answer it because there was never anything specific holding them back in the first place. And park this for now, this is the exit ramp. See, yellow light clients won't tell you no directly. That's the whole reason they went yellow in the first place. But everybody's comfortable saying, yeah, let's park it. So you're letting them tell you the truth in the most painless way possible. And for your purposes, park it and no, these are the same answer. Which means one of two things happen. Usually, they take the exit. Honestly, yeah, let's park it for now. Well, fantastic. You just turned a yellow into a red with one message and bought back weeks of your own life. But sometimes, and happens more often than you might think, the question kind of wakes them up and they'll reply with, no, don't park it. We actually want this. We've just been slammed. Can I give you a call on Thursday? So a real green was hiding under that yellow, and it only came out when the pressure came off. Either answer wins, and notice what that message actually is. It's you, not married to an outcome, in writing. All it does is ask for the truth and make it easy to tell you. And I mean, just compare the two follow-ups side by side and you can feel the difference. On one hand, we've got, hey, just checking in again. Any thought on my proposal? No rush. Versus, is there anything specific you still need from me to decide, or should I just park this for now? Either way is completely fine. The first one reads like hoping and borderline begging. Definitely needy. The second one reads as someone with somewhere else to be, and prospects can smell that difference through the screen. Now the good news is the follow-up side of this can run without you, because a yellow who gets parked today isn't dead forever. I mean, lights change. So when they say, yeah, let's park it, well, you take them at their word and you actually park them, but you park them somewhere that stays lightly in touch for you. A monthly check-in, weekly maybe, a useful tip, nothing needy, so if their light ever turns green, you're the first name they see. Let me hop into my computer and I'll show you what this looks like. Inside High Level, I tag them, drop them into a slow 90-day email nurture sequence, and then I forget they exist. If their light ever changes, they reply, and the system tells me. There's zero chasing, zero mental space, and you can absolutely do this with just a spreadsheet and a calendar reminder too. I just use High Level because it's the software I use to run my entire agency. Setting up an automation like this makes sure that it runs without me, so I never have to remember anything. On that note, if you want the follow-up side already built for you, it's all inside of my Agency OS setup. All you've got to do is start the extended high-level trial through the link in the descriptions below the video, and the whole thing installs into your account with just one click. The automations, the templates, the 90-day roadmap, and access to my private insiders community. If you're going to do it anyway, I do it with the system already built for you, so grab it through the link and it unlocks the moment you start. Okay, let's keep going, because now that you know all three lights, let's talk about what this actually does to your week, because this is where the time that you've been losing starts coming back. Your week now sorts itself. Greens get your real time and attention. The research, the carefully written first messages, the fast replies. Yellows get one honest question and then a parking spot in your follow-up system. And reds get a thank you, 30 seconds tops. That's where all of your time goes from now on. And run the math on what that frees up. Let's say you've been nursing 5 yellows at 2 follow-ups a week each, plus all the time that you spend checking your inbox and wondering what to write next. Call it 3 hours a week, aimed at people who are never going to buy. Point those same exact 3 hours at green lights instead, and you haven't added a single minute of work. You've just moved your hours to the only place that they're ever actually going to pay you. That's the signal sort. You read the light, you believe what it's telling you, and your time finally goes where the money actually is. But I've got 3 warnings that I need to share with you before you go sort anybody. Warning number 1, do not use this as a reason to reach out to nobody. Not you, but someone out there is going to run the 5-minute check on 30 businesses and declare that all 30 are red lights. So if every single light looks red to you, I need to be straight with you. That's just fear all dressed up and pretending to be preparation. The check takes 5 minutes precisely so you can run it and still send 10 messages this week. Warning number 2, lights change. So a light's status is only good for right now. The red from 6 months ago, well, they might open a second location this week and turn green overnight. That's half the reason the parking system exists. A light is a photograph of the moment that you looked. It tells you where to spend this week's time, but then it expires. Warning number 3, don't argue with yellow. You're going to be tempted. I mean, the yellow always feels like it's just so close. Just one more clever follow-up always feels like the one that's finally going to do it. Speaking from experience here, I've given so many businesses weeks of clever follow-ups, including that chiropractor from the beginning of this video, and not one of those follow-ups ever got me the truth. If I'd sent this one message in week 1, I'd have had my answer and gotten 10 weeks of my life back. So send the message, then believe the answer. And honestly, the biggest shift is what happens to you. The day you start believing the lights, rejection stops meaning anything about you. Reds become useful information. Yellows become one message. And every hour that you used to spend chasing polite no's now goes to the businesses that were waving you in the whole time. Now, the moment you sort your list, a new question shows up. You've got your green lights sitting right there, so what do you actually say to them? Because getting that first message right is the difference between getting a reply and getting ignored. And there's a handful of things that decide it. These are things like what to say, what to offer, how to price it, and how to keep them paying you long after the first yes. That's why I've linked up a video right here that's going to walk you through exactly that. So tap or click that now. I'll see you in there in just a second. Red light, green light. Red light, green light.